Hey guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and Lady D, who follows my YouTube channel, asked if I was gonna do the whole book of my Gothic doors here on the channel, and I figured, yeah, I will. I'm kind of working on it here and there in between other things that I have to do for my upcoming vending and kind of keeping things up to date in the shop and everything. So I will try to film each piece of the process as I go. What I discovered when I went to look at it today is that I'm out of black book cloth, which I need for my inside to cover up this ugly reinforced spine in here. So I can't put these on yet because I need that first. So I'll order some. However, I have these pretty papers that I decided I'm going to use for my end pages. So I can cut these and prep them. And then they'll have to wait to go on until after I get the book cloth and do that part. However, what I also can do is cut my spine. So I'll go through that. And then I really haven't decided what I'm going to do with the inside of it. I need to think about interior pages. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. I like the way it looks. It's a very pretty, deep colored roses. I don't know if I want to use the same section though, so maybe we'll go like this portion of it. There we go. I will say that my Gothic themed journals sell really well. There seems to be a little bit of a niche there that's underserved, which is good because I like making them. And I like it when things I like making sell easily. So those are ready. I might want to ink them. I think I might ink them with black. And then once I get that. So that's my end pages ready to go once I do that. And then I also need a spine. So actually, set these aside, and I need this guy to see what I need for a spine. This is a little harder to do on camera because I have to stand up. It takes a bit of doing. This is book board, which I also get from Dick Blick, and I don't use it for all that much these days. Mostly things like spines that I'm putting in to books like this. Oh, this is good. This is about right, I think, in length, which is good because it means that I won't have to do as much cutting. But I can't tell. It's hard to tell. I'm just trying to keep you guys on camera and do this properly here. Where my... Alright, so I'm just going to mark that right about here. If I need to cut it, I Again, that's fine, and I think we're fine. I don't know, that's a little short though, so it's not. Let's look here at getting this even. How long that is? It's about 1.5 inches. Pretty close to right on. Yeah, so we're gonna need a little more width. Right there. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, so I use this larger utility knife for these. I will say that these hardcovers are a lot more work, and they're not, it's not the most fun work for me. So I have kind of settled down with making them. I have quite a few in my shop, and because they're more work and just a lot more goes into them, I charge more for them, and that means that they take a little longer to sell, just generally. All right, so next I'm just lining this up so that this is all on my cutting mat. I'm gonna stand up here too so that I can get a good pressure, and I'm gonna use my ruler to stay straight, kind of being careful to make sure I keep the ruler where it needs to be, and then push. I usually need to go through quite a few times. Try to do it a couple times on the ruler so that I stay straight, and then I can kind of dig in right down that line again. That is hard on my arm, but I think we're almost there. Just that little piece right there hanging off. There. It's fine. I'm gonna test it out on here. Make sure I've gotten it about right. Oh, I think it's a little big. That sucks. I'm gonna have to cut off just a wee bit more, and this is gonna not show. I'm gonna cover it up, probably with some kind of light paper. So let's do that. Whew. That's gonna be a little harder because it's gonna be easier for this thing to move. All right, if I get it straight the first time. There you go. It's gonna come off of there nicely. No trouble at all. And then, let's see, it just needs to sit in here. Yeah, it's not exactly straight. I'm getting a little bit. I'm gonna probably have to cut off a little more from that side because it needs to sit in here so that it will move. I could probably go forward with it like this and it would be fine. But it makes me a little nervous because it's gonna get paper on the top of it too. Yeah, I actually think that will work. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. It's looking fine. Sits in there. I may decide to shave a little bit more off. But that is the making of my spine. So now I just need to choose a paper, which I might go with the same one that I used for the interior, the end pages. Something like this. I don't know if these are going to be big enough. It's actually not the end of the world if it doesn't go all the way around, because this back side will get glued in. But the front side will show, so I like to cover it up with something. So this would be a nice choice. Cut those edges. Those are a bit much and they're not needed. And then I'm going to use Lineco PVA glue to glue this in here, or to glue it on top, really. This is maybe not the best paper to use. It's a little thick for this. I'm tempted because I have it here and it's printed out and it's going to go to waste otherwise, but it really doesn't want to fold very easily around this. And with the bulkiness of this spine already, I'd cut a little more off. And actually, because this side gets glued in anyway, I really don't need, if I messed it up and didn't cover it all, it's not a big deal. It's better that the edges be flush and not having any extra in these corners. I'm trying to get us there, but this is what real life is like when I'm making these. A real glimpse into just messing around. So I always cover up these spines and make them out of bookboard like this. And I cover them up with something. And probably just regular old copy paper would be better. I'm going to ink this up too before I put it in there. I'm just cutting these kind of extra corners here. I also wasn't planning to do this piece on this video. I was just gonna show you the spine because I don't have I can't glue anything in until I get that book cloth. This is the thing, like if I cut this off, then the corner becomes, it doesn't sit properly. All right. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to use that paper, actually. I'm going to maybe consider other things as well. But that is my bookboard spine for the inside. And I have my EndPapers ready. Once I get my book cloth, I will go forward with the next steps on this journal, and I'll put it all into a playlist so you can see the whole thing. I actually can start also with my papers, my interior papers, just thinking about what I'm going to do. So I will do some of that and come back as I start putting together my signatures as well. Thank you guys so much for watching.